Coming up tonight, a record-breaking deal. Grab is going public in the US with a market value of 53 billion Sing dollars.
Survivors of COVID-19 may be at risk of developing blood clots. We'll hear from one of the scientists behind the study.
And what makes Google and Apple Singapore's best employers? In a nutshell, purpose and commitment. This is the Straits Times Newsnight. I'm Dylan Ng.
Good evening, I'm Chow Suen. After weeks of rumours and speculation, it's finally official. Singapore-based Grab Holdings is going public in the United States and is doing it through a merger with a special purpose acquisition company, Altimeter Growth Corp, in what is the largest ever deal of its kind.
Grab is set to have a market value of about 40 billion US dollars or 53 billion Singapore dollars. Both companies say the listing is expected to be the largest ever US equity offering by a Southeast Asian company, and its shares will be traded on the Nasdaq under the symbol Grab in the coming months. Anthony Tan, Group CEO and co-founder of Grab, said in a statement, "It gives us immense pride to represent Southeast Asia in the global public markets. This is a milestone in our journey to open up access for everyone to benefit from the digital economy."
Mr. Tan and his Harvard classmate Tan Hoi Ling founded Grab in Malaysia as a taxi-hailing app in 2012, before relocating to Singapore and expanding as a super app across the region. Today, the company says it has about 72% of Southeast Asia's ride-hailing market, 50% of online food delivery, and 23% of digital wallet payments.
Since Singapore unilaterally opened its borders to regions with low COVID-19 infections rates last September, more than 18,200 travellers have entered the country under the Air Travel Pass scheme.
The Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore said that as at April 8th, the bulk of these short-term visitors were from mainland China. They were followed by visitors from Australia and New Zealand.
Under the Air Travel Pass, these visitors can come to Singapore without restrictions on their itineraries or the need to serve stay-home notices.
Now, according to Malaysia's Foreign Minister, Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin and his Singapore counterpart, Lee Hsien Loong, are expected to meet in Singapore on May 4th. Both leaders will discuss, among other things, the reopening of the border, which has been closed since March last year.
Hong Kong's Chief Executive Carrie Lam said today that Singapore will not impose a requirement on travellers from Hong Kong to be vaccinated before their trip. This is in contrast to the original proposal that vaccination was mandatory for the quarantine-free bubble. She added that she expects an early indication of agreement between the two sides, so as to let the public know when travel between the two cities can begin.
COVID-19 patients who have recovered from the infection may be at risk of developing blood clots.
A team of Singapore scientists collected blood samples from 30 patients a month after they had recovered from COVID-19 and were discharged from hospital. Here's what they found.
We found in 30 COVID-19 recovered patients that they have an elevated degree of blood vessel damage. And this in part could be contributed by an overactive and persistent immune response that could cause inflammation and damage to the blood vessels. In turn, these blood vessels may become leaky and release factors that trigger the formation of blood clots, as seen in the complications that were experienced by recovered COVID-19 patients weeks or even months after their initial recovery.
Looking at the COVID-19 situation here, 14 new cases were reported today, all imported. There were no new infections in the community or from migrant workers' dormitories.
And if you want to choose which COVID-19 vaccine to take, Pfizer or Moderna, you can now do so after the Ministry of Health made available the full list of clinics, polyclinics and vaccination centres offering the vaccines. Moderna's vaccine is now available at 11 of the 38 vaccination centres. They are at community clubs in Tampines East, Woodlands, Marsiling, Kolam Ayer, Kebun Baru, UT, Buona Vista, Punggol 21, Radin Mas, Potong Pasir and Hong Kah North. The Pfizer vaccine is offered everywhere else.
Now, over in the US, health officials have recommended a pause in the use of Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine. This is based on concerns about rare and severe blood clotting side effects.
Health authorities are reviewing data involving 6 reported cases of a rare and severe type of blood clot in individuals after receiving the J&J vaccine.
Now let's take a look at what's been trending on social media today. No prizes for guessing which companies have been ranked the best employers in Singapore. Tech giants Google and Apple have placed first and second as Singapore's best employers of 2021. The list, dominated by American companies, ranks the top 200 best employers here, with the scoring system based primarily on whether staff would recommend a company to a friend or family member. More than 9,000 people responded to the online survey by the Straits Times and global research company Statista, conducted last August and September.
Tired of Zoom-based award shows? Us too, but it seems like Hollywood A-listers like Harrison Ford and Brad Pitt are among the big guns that will present the in-person Oscars later this month. Here's the other presenters you can expect.
Regina King, Brad Pitt, Reese Witherspoon, Don Cheadle, Rita Moreno, Harrison Ford, Bryan Cranston, Marlee Matlin, Angela Bassett, Bong Joon-ho, Laura Dern, Renee Zellweger, Joaquin Phoenix, Halle Berry, Zendaya.
Now, producers have warned that sunglasses may be required for the truly stellar cast of stars, as it's going to be so much wattage. You can watch it live on Channel 5 on April 26 from 6:30 a.m. when the red carpet kicks off. Can't wait, let us know in the comments.
And the world of football has a new most valuable team. Barcelona topping the Forbes list of the world's 20 most valuable football teams for the first time, kicking Real Madrid down to second place. Barcelona is valued at $4.76 billion, just nudging out Real Madrid at $4.75 billion. And Barcelona's topping of the chart certainly is refreshing, with the top spot having been monopolized by just 2 teams for the previous 16 years, with Real Madrid taking it 5 times and Manchester United 11.
And that wraps up the Straits Times News Night. Do visit straitstimes.com to see more news and videos.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button below. Have a great evening and we'll see you tomorrow.